To your special place. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to episode 3 of Famous and Bro. Let's go. It's been a long time. A lot has happened since our last episode, honestly. What's been going on, Marley? Yeah, just too much. Our grandma passed away literally like a week after my birthday. So we were out in Arizona having fun, partying with my little cousin because it was her birthday as well. And we had a great time, honestly. And
no, it was really fun. It was just a crazy... My grandma was on like hospice for the past year. Yeah. Her health was declining like so fast. Seriously. But it still hit us all like out of nowhere. Like we just landed.
Man.
Like we were probably like a week home from Arizona.
Yeah, literally.
When we found out, like...
Yeah, my birthday, we was out there until like the 8th, and my grandma passed away on the 12th. So, literally, it was crazy, a wild turn of emotion, especially like coming off the new year. We was on a high, spending time with family, and then we go out there to get away because, you need it every now and then. But then, yeah, came back and just so sad, honestly. It's been crazy. I've been actually contemplating and just like asking like close friends, like, have I even been mourning right? Like, how have I even had a time to like digest everything? Because we was just talking about it the last couple of days. Like, time moves on, and
yeah, I think it's crazy. Like, I definitely feel like where I'm at right now in my process is very weird for me. But I guess like Lauren London said it in one of her interviews. She said it's different when you sit front row at a funeral.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first death that really hit us all, like, that was very impactful. Like she was a lot to everyone,
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to meet our other grandma, like on my mom. My mom's mom passed away when she was 25 or 26. So my grandma was like our second mom, or in my sister's case, her first mom. She was a person you can just call to, a real angel. Like I was thinking about, earlier at the gym, I put it on my Snapchat story. Like when I'm at the gym and I make a couple calls like every day when I'm at the gym, I call Andrew, I call Dad, and I usually call Grandma. So every time I've been at the gym and I've just been like, just thinking like, oh, I can't call her, or I miss her voice, and, so that's been very sad. And but also too, like we were saying too, we witnessed a lot of deaths growing up, especially in high school. Our grandpa passed away, 2 cousins passed away, one over COVID, and they were young, 21 and 30, and sometimes you don't like get peace with a death. But this one, I was kind of like not happy she passed away, but like in a sense I got a lot of comfort because I was like, she was really suffering, and she made it through a lot. She made it through my brother's birth of his son, and
she was, I think how fast she was declining, I think we all, it's crazy, and I don't mean it in a very morbid or fucked up way, but I think we thought she was going to go quicker than we thought she was. And then like you see her, and then it's like 3 months go by, 6 months, then oh shit, it's a year. She was just a fighter though. Like it was just,
she was always talking about God and always praying, and just she was just really
very spiritual woman.
Brought me back to God a lot, honestly. So
no, seriously, I remember right when we went to her before, a couple of days before the funeral, we actually had the option to go and view the body. And I thought like for some reason I was like, it's gonna hit me when it's here, like I'm gonna break down, like I'm gonna be unconsolable. And this woman just looked so at peace. Like I've never seen someone, and I was just like, wow, like no, like she's good, like I don't know, in a way, like it felt like that was her body, but like I felt like her soul was just like peaceful around us. It was like it transcended. You could just feel it.
It was
in the room.
She looked so beautiful and just simple, and just looked at peace and at rest. And yeah, that's been crazy. But it's brought us closer as a family, especially with my dad, and it's brought some weird like dimensions as well because I feel like growing up throughout high school when my dad and mom split up, like I kind of got like a bad relationship with dad, so I
Yeah.
wasn't really close to him in that touchy feely way. And so when I was seeing him break down and stuff when he got home, I'm like, man, like it's so interesting trying to figure out how to be there for him and hold space for him. But I'm also like, it's weird, like,
I don't
oh,
have this like physical
yeah,
connection.
give
Like,
me a hug, pops, or you can cry on me, I cry on you. Like I didn't feel that, so and that also shed to light to me too that I want to change that, you know. So
yeah, I think the day we found out, mom came in the room, and you know me and my mom's relationship is very, very up and down.
yeah,
For the aspect of just it's just complicated, and we'll get into that one time. We'll have my mom on here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She wild, y'all, but a
She's something else.
great woman though.
Just high energy.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, there's just it always reminds me too that we got a lot of great women around us in my family, and I love everyone so much, and yeah, they're
It's so
just
crazy though
amazing.
that you brought that you. So mom came in my room, and she like walked up to me, and she was like she just like wanted to hug me, you know.
Yeah,
And I was standing there, and I thought about it, and I was just like, oh, like you
yeah,
know me, like how I am with her, and I was just like, oh, like, whew.
yeah,
But I let her hug me, and I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better. But it just felt, it's so crazy. But like I was just like, bro, like I just want my grandma's hug, you know? Like it was just like this hug is not the hug that I
yeah,
needed or I wanted. But and I hate that, like I don't mean that to like discredit my mom or think that she's a bad woman, because
yeah,
not at
yeah.
all. It was just like my grandma was like really my mom.
She
Like,
was the rock, like
yeah, she was everything to me.
yeah, yeah,
She raised me a lot. Like a lot of majority of the time, I spent my entire like childhood over there a lot. I was the first granddaughter out of like 27
yeah, yeah.
grandsons,
Oh,
so
I
I
didn't
was
even know that.
special.
I didn't
Yeah,
even think about that. We do got a lot of boys.
it's only me, Riz, and Kay.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Dang, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's been crazy. It's been up and down in emotions, and yeah. So hey, honestly, shout out to my grandma. You know what?
no, for real. This everything moving forward is always for AK.
Yeah, literally, and we still got to get a tattoo with
Yeah,
her, and but yeah, I mean, other than that, besides that, so much has gone on. Let's see, in the past month or so, when have we last did our episode? I
it
don't
was
even know.
right before Christmas,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah, yeah. So a lot has happened, honestly.
time is like a blur for me right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
Honestly, though, what I've learned prior to or after our last episode, my internship got extended, and then if I make certain strides, I was talking with my boss about through the internship. Um, I'll be getting offered a full time position, so that's awesome. I'm very excited about that. But it's also like, yeah, it's also a lot of pressure though. I've been feeling recently just because he's asking more out of me. He wants more out of me, and that's exciting because you want to do things
yeah,
to show your worth. But then it's also like I'm in my senior year of college. My business capstone just came, class just came, and I started that, and it's been the workload's crazy. And like we had a little Zoom meeting with my professor, and he was just explaining how like this course is going to bring every class that I've done for business administration all together. We got to run a company. We're going to have to give updates every week is a year. So I'm just
man.
like, man,
I promise though, the capstone class, like it's the funnest class
yeah,
in
that's
my
what people are
opinion,
saying. Like, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, but I'm also
because
like,
it's a
man,
creative.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You get like full freedom in it.
yeah.
Um,
And yeah, but after this, y'all, I cannot wait. I think I get like a month or 2 month break, and then I got 5 more classes, and I can graduate. So I'm really excited about that, and really like getting to that finish line where I'm determined, where I'm like, okay, there ain't no time to like cut corners or procrastinate. So I'm really excited and like trying to get this mission to a close, I guess. So.
Man, it's been brick by brick.
Man, every day is a struggle, man. Every day is really a struggle. Even like I was telling my sister recently, y'all started anxiety medication, and that's been helpful for me.
I was gonna say shout out to Lexapro.
Yeah, shout out to Lexapro for sure. And I think I'm on week 2 or 2.5 weeks, and I like it. I could feel it kicking in, and I had a bunch of like questions when I started medication, because you have all these thoughts where like I'm very hard headed in that sense, where I'm like,
It's scary.
yeah, I don't want to lean on something or rely on something to help me feel better or make me happy.
And it gets just a really bad connotation from the
Yeah,
world,
stigma.
like just.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's been so wild to me.
But meds are
learning.
great.
Yeah, they are, and try a few different ones. But I thought I was gonna feel like a zombie, and no, I felt more like myself. This one has been, and I'm only on 10 milligrams, and my doctor wants me to move up to 20. But I was telling him like, I don't think. Well, I was thinking myself when I go see him in a few weeks or so. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing really well, and I think this is my even keel right here, where I can just coast on this, and I don't want to be on it long term. I think I might want to like, what's the word? Get off of it, wean off of it, when school ends, and I don't have that pressure of the internship and school coming on me so much. But it's helped me so much. It's gotten rid of my headaches, my brain zaps, just feeling like worried all the time, or that endless doom that I was described to my sister. I would always come to her. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So I dealt with anxiety and depression. I had like a couple bad episodes growing up.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I'd always, like, this is my best friend. So I'd always tell him, I'd be like, when I was in those moments, my whole family always thought I was crazy, but at least I could talk to him.
Yeah.
He at least tried to understand me in it, but still I felt super, super alone in it, Like they'd laugh at me some days. They'd be like, you're being weird or shit like that, And I remember when he started going through his anxiety, and he just started like getting more and more of it. And he even went through like a real depressive episode, I feel like I'll call it. He would be like, Mar, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry I didn't see your pain, or I'm sorry, like, I get it now. And I'd be like, it's good. Like, I really told you I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
No,
yeah,
seriously.
Like, you used to tell me all the time, you'd be like, bro, I'd take your pain, or I'd be like, no, you don't want it. Like,
man,
no one should have to go
I used
through
to
this.
tell my therapist, because my therapist at one point, he just retired, but he was seeing Marley and me, and for a period of time seeing my mom, but my mom stopped. And so he knew Marley and all those things she would, and he never shared it with me, but he'd always tell me, or I'd always express to him too, sometimes I wish I had anxiety. Early on, I was so naive in that sense, where I was like, I wish I had anxiety so I knew what she felt like, or what depression feels like, because I've had moments of feeling down, but not those lows where you like contemplate life, like not suicidal thoughts, but you're just like, man, I'd rather feel nothing than feel here, or be in this right now. So it was very eye-opening for me, and not to just relate to Marley, but to relate to anybody going through something, honestly, because, man, it's not easy at all.
No, it isn't. And if you need help, we will put like a link in the description for hotlines, because that's huge.
That'd be sweet, actually.
And it's so, when I saw a therapist when I first got home from college, 2021. And I remember she gave me this long sheet, and she's like, there was like 20 hotlines on it. And it was funny. She'd be like, Marley, like, and I never called a hotline before.
Yeah.
Cause I was just that suffering silence type of person. And, but she's like, literally, like, if you call them, you can literally talk. And I remember the first time I called a hotline one day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I used it one day, and I was like, this shit was so stupid. Like, whoever was helping it was so stupid that I was like, fuck this shit. Like, like, you're just like, whatever, I'm over it now.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was so dumb. Whoever, not to say that everybody, it wasn't helpful, but like that day, and whoever I was speaking to was just not helpful for me. It wasn't a good experience.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I was just like, you know what? I might as well just go talk to someone normal,
Yeah.
But it was funny.
And all of this has, like, I honestly believe, like, put in me, and I think Marley as well, is just like building healthy habits, especially in our 20s. There's so many like distractions out there, whether it's women or relationships in general, friendships, people going their separate ways. You see a lot of people trying to cope with their the things they've been dealing with in their childhood and trying to figure out themselves. There's a lot of pressure, and a lot of it too is we make up it in our head. But
And I think that it's important to talk about like where we learned our bad habits from.
yeah,
Because we didn't come from a healthy family.
literally,
You know, we didn't have a healthy depiction of love or how to deal with anger or how to deal with any emotions that were aside from happiness and joy, you know?
yeah,
And I think that impacted us all differently and in different ways. And like, I have a brother who's an alcoholic right now.
literally. Need him to get help, please.
He really needs help. Like,
yeah. He's functioning. He's a great person. He's good. I believe he's a fun person to be around.
Even
when
drunk,
he's drunk,
he is. Yeah, he's
and
not.
sober. But it's just he'll get too much or too annoying. And
He does. He lacks boundaries.
Yeah.
Like he gets really it just starts going down, and you're just
Man.
like, yo, I hate being around this man. But yeah, even my dad struggled with addiction. My older brother KK, he I don't know if I feel like he's addicted. He's addicted to weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely say Scud's addicted to weed, but like, it doesn't make him angry or anything
No,
like
no.
that. But like, I've definitely seen, and the more that like I've gotten closer to him this past year,
Yeah.
all these people in my life that I love very dearly, like my mom, KK, Andrew, they're all running from shit.
Yeah. We
Like,
all are.
We're all trying to run, but like, you see them running like to substances or running to everything but fixing their issue or just facing those like shadows, you know, or
Seriously.
facing those demons. And shout out to therapy though. Like luckily, like we all got in, like we got into therapy. Like I'm grateful for that. And so I've been trying to like tell my mom, I've been on my mom's ass. I'm like, Mom, you need to go talk to somebody. Mom, you need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And he actually hates me and my mom's relationship because we argue
So
all
much.
the damn time.
So much.
But it's really just because I've like healed, but I'm also like her crutch because I have so much grace for her. So I do allow a lot of the shit that she does hand out to me, but at the same time, like if you knew her story, like
Yeah. And growing up, the older I've gotten and talked to my therapist, I've started to ask questions, and then I didn't bring them questions just to him, but I started bringing them to my mom, to my grandma, to my dad, and just seeing our family dynamic and seeing, this is where things got rocky. This is how people handle things wrong. This is how I've handled things wrong as well. And you know, once you give yourself that forgiveness, it's way easier to give other people that forgiveness as well. So,
man,
that's
I
been
actually think it's
interesting.
easier to give other people grace than it is to give myself
Oh
grace.
man, I can give you that one because it ain't easy for me either. I think about that all the time. I'm like, man, I'm just so hard on myself.
Man, I'm like my biggest, toughest critic. But you should be. But like, I think this past year I've also learned how to give myself the same grace that I give other people.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on it.
Yeah,
But I think that's good.
Loving yourself is a lifetime process, you know, and just seeing how you change throughout the years and over the years and losing relationships. I think that's been the hardest thing for me is like I've really realized, especially since being around a lot of people with money and whatnot, that you know it's not the what do you call it that are hard for me. Making money or chasing my dream, all that stuff is exciting. It's passion. It's the relationships, and when those things go wrong, and how those make me feel, and trying to maintain things or put in effort for things that are deteriorating or and whatnot. So those are really interesting to me and scary, I guess.
Yeah, like 100%. One thing that I just thought of that happened to, like most recently too, I think we both took a big loss friendships.
Yeah.
We both lost two very important friendships in our lives.
Yeah. That really hurt.
With the new year coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think both of those I'm still digesting mine, but he is he's working on his.
Yeah, we're not gonna name drop. We'll tell you after.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna name drop that. We'll keep that one
Yeah.
off the books out of loyalty and respect.
Yeah.
But
Especially
but you can still talk about it.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You
Especially too, it's hard. One thing on here, I want to be as transparent as we can, but it's hard to talk about things too when it affects another person. So yeah, that's why I agree with Marley, just like protecting and having respect still.
I mean, we could call her Erin.
Yeah,
for shits and giggles, we can just name her that.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about that one.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I feel like that's been a big dig to you, though.
Yeah. It has, but you know, it's
hey,
also,
when you're ready to talk about it,
yeah, we'll bring it up. But like, it has been a dig, but I will also say that it's brought me a lot of clarity as well, and made me so far think, you know what, like, I wasn't tripping. I was right in my gut feeling and whatnot. So
I think where I lack the clarity in my friendship that I lost is just like, I really be looking, I'll sit back and think about shit and I'm like, damn, like, I be ready to ride. Like, I'm a good ass friend, and like, I will show up for you even if I ain't got it, if we need to find it, like whatever it is, like I will make a way to be the best that I can for you. And I think really when my grandmother passed, that was the eye opening of when I lost that friendship the most. And I was like, damn, like you're really just not here. Like you really don't give a shit about me, you know? And it wasn't what I thought it was. And then you look back, it's almost like when a relationship, right? And like, as soon as you're lied to, you look back at everything else, you're like, what was real?
Yeah.
And like, that's kind of like what it's made me think about. I'm like, dang, like, was it real? You know, it was real for me, like me being a friend to you, but clearly it wasn't.
And, you know, loyalty is something to me that I've had to work on. Like, I feel like it ain't came easy to me.
Like to be loyal?
Yeah, to be loyal. Honestly, LaRussell was talking about, and it just slipped my mind, but it'll come back to me. But loyalty to me is like, or back to we were talking. Marley was saying, we got to retrace our bad habits, and LaRussell said, you know, when you've been living for 20 years, 25 years, you become really good at being a shitty person. So it takes a long time, or it takes just the equal amount of time that you were alive to unwind that stuff and then start getting on the good habits as well, and then not picking up what's in your environment, what's around you. So there's a lot to it in that sense, and I totally agree with that. So
that actually just made me think of Frank Ocean has a song, and in it he like said, there was a line, fuck, it's gonna blow me that I can think of the exact song. He said, I wish we'd grown up on the same advice and our time was right. And I think that's so important to like what you just said.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like you have to unlearn, but like we're all trying to unlearn.
Yeah. And you and that's where you get that grace from that you were saying is like,
but
it's like, oh, I was there once. I get it. You know?
Yeah. And it also just, it's like, damn, because like even when you do adapt, like, and you become who you want to be, and you take all these pieces from everyone around you, you're like, oh, that fits for me.
Yeah.
And then you like meet other people, you're like, oh, like, but you handle that different, but it's healthy.
Yeah.
But it's just not in the way. So now you have to learn how other people that you care about handle their shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this life game is like so complex.
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
Simple.
I think it's crazy to me when someone just give up on me though. Like,
oh man,
because like you just said, I'll be ready to ride for people, or like I've noticed about myself that I'm always trying to rekindle stuff. Even if there are even old relationships that I've had with girls, it's like we ain't even gotta be that. But can we still be friends? Because I don't want you to think I'm a bad person at the end of the day. Like, and that'll weigh on me, even though I think it shouldn't to a certain extent. Because sometimes it'd be like the friends or girls, it's big fuck you. It's like,
man, I tell you all the time though, I think it's one and it's two. It's one, it's people don't talk to you because they owe you an apology. But two, what I've also realized, anybody that you have had a emotional connection with, or you were intimate with, for example, one of my exes hasn't talked to me, blocked me. So we dated for 2 years, lived together, has not talked to me since, blocked me on everything. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like don't know anything about her, anything. And like, that was one of those relationships. I was like, we'd be friends, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I wish you the best. You wish me the best. But it's also like, sometimes people don't talk to you because they do love you. They can't just be your friend. You know,
Yeah,
once
yeah.
you cross that line, there is no coming back for people.
Yeah.
And I think we love in like such a ferocious way
Yeah.
that people are, and we're so kind hearted in that way where people are like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard not to fall in love with us sometimes,
Yeah.
and not to toot our own horn, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we are very like,
And I feel like you
lovable
get that from
souls.
just being like, we get that ferocious love, like as you were saying,
Debbie.
from my mom. My mom is a ride or die. Still fuck with my dad heavy to this day, and it's just like we'll be like, what? Why are you like? Let it go.
no, literally, they have literally been separated. They're legally, but then
And they're
I
best
think about,
friends too. But
yeah, but then I think about it and I'm like, they're not technically divorced. They're not even
Yeah, yeah.
legally separated.
yeah.
Like, you know, so then I'd be like, Dad, like, you're feeding into the bullshit. Like, at this
Yeah.
point, I have a genuine, like, belief, though, that Dad and Mom, they will end up together in old age.
Yeah.
In a
I
way,
can see that happening.
And they're so much alike.
Yeah.
Like, the
I
more
can
I'm
see that
around
happening.
Dad now as a grown, like, I'm like, wow, I see how you were with her. Like, she's not crazy. Like, you're crazy, too, you know?
Man. No, I totally get that one.
So,
Man, that's an interesting one.
yeah, it's funny because I think I brought it up to Dad. Like, there was a while back I brought something up to him. I think I was like, Dad, like, you love Mom, don't you? Like, I asked him a question one day because I was just like, there's no way you guys don't end up together.
Yeah.
Like, you would have divorced her by now. She would have divorced you. And it's not even going to be like a shock to me. I'm going to just be like, I already knew this shit was going to happen. Like, I don't even know if it's going to be intimate, but like, they're just going to be life partners type shit. Like some Will and Smith and Jada shit.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, talking to my dad, and just from a male perspective, he always tell me too, he's like, man, even if I never get back with your mom, he's like, I don't want to be with another woman. You know?
No,
So
literally.
he's like, I'm cool with being alone. So I find that really interesting as well. And
Yeah, but I'd be like, that nigga lying because my mom be on his dick.
oh man, she
The
be
nigga-
on it.
He loves attention, so
Yeah, don't kill us for that, Mom.
don't kill me for that, Pops, but you do. What else has happened since the last time we've talked? Shit, I honestly think we're caught up.
Yeah.
But I feel like, yeah, lately, what have we? I kind of want to talk about Arizona
Yeah.
because that was like such a litty
yeah, let's talk
situation. It was so
about that.
eye opening. So me and Kevon have been talking about moving, and
Yeah.
like we want to get our own place together.
Mhm.
And we're going to, but it's just like we went out there and we were like, damn, like I've always wanted to move back to Arizona. I went to school there, so
Yeah.
and I don't know, I just love it. It feels like my vibe. When I'm out there and the sun hits my skin, I just feel different. Like I feel like I'm a vibe. I don't know. It's just fitting.
I agree too. Like I've been thinking about that recently where and I was talking to my boss about that. It's like I definitely want a summer home out in Arizona because I just something about that what is it, seasonal depression. We really get that. Like
Oh, it's hitting my ass right now.
man, I just can't stand once you're in the house, you're not outside as much. Like in the summer we playing golf, we just picked that up. And you just outside, everyone's outside. The city be buzzing. I love Chicago in the summer, but in the winter, it's just so. If you don't live in the city and have everything, or like you're around a lot of people, because I feel like that's after college,
Man.
a lot of people like move from the burbs into the city and have that city life. But they ain't so expensive. I'm still trying to save, trying to do other things that'll set me
Man.
up for when I'm in my 30s, where I'm like not so concerned about like actually trying to live that life in
And
these 20s.
it's just fucking cold here.
Man.
Like it is just fucking cold. Like it's
Literally,
too
we was
cold to be
talking
trying
about-
to go get on anything. Like
lips chapped, fingers peeling.
yeah,
It's
my
just-
fingers.
It's really
This
crazy
is a new
out
one
here.
for me. My fucking fingers be hurting, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Man, and
But-
it's just it's annoying with that.
No, literally, I was thinking the other day. I was like, "Man, I want to go do some cute shit," because I just wanted to be on some cute shit, on some simp life, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even go on a cute ass date
No.
because it's too cold. Like,
Absolutely not.
I'm not freezing for nothing.
Nah, yeah.
Like, fuck that.
So yeah, that's been interesting. But like, yeah, we definitely want to move to Arizona. We got family out there. Our cousins, like we just said, we were out there. They're 21 and 22, right?
Yeah, we were literally like, guys, we were drunk for like 3 days straight.
3 days. Yeah, I told them, I said, I've drank more when I love to drink a little bit, but we was drinking more with them than I've drinking the last 6 months.
I don't drink. Like, I'm not a big
waking up
smoker,
hangover,
anything.
just going to get more drinks. I'm like, y'all is
no, literally, like we had to keep drinking because we were like, fuck it. At this point, like, gotta keep it going because if not, we're just gonna puke.
Man, but yeah, that was so interesting. Yeah, that was so fun seeing them and just they were a breath of fresh air. And y'all know how I was going through it with all these girls around me. I'm like, oh my god,
dude flourishes though. Like,
yeah.
It was
I'm cool around
little
women.
Poppy Chulo, like,
oh man, just Puerto Rican Poppy. You know how I get down. So,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was fun, man. And yeah, we appreciate y'all for coming back into episode 3 of Famous and Broke. We keeping it short today. Be looking out for the 4th episode. And yeah, we getting to it.
And appreciate maybe y'all. Next week we'll talk about what Kevon doesn't want to talk about.
Maybe. Yeah. This shit was a hit in the summer.
I just hit for 20 bands and nigga, that was all me. I'ma give my mans a cut cause nigga,
this was all free.
I ain't got her up on shit, but it's just the Emily and me. Ooh. Gotta back up my own shit.
Shout out Emily, man.
All week. Never care about what they said, but remember what they called me. I got 4 phones now, I'm really jugging all week.
Yeah.
Niggas say shit every day, but nigga, it be all week. Been could fuck on any bitch, but now I'm really ballin'. I'm ballin'.